You got a full-time job, you want to day trade, and everyone on YouTube makes it seem like it is super easy. Here's the honest truth from someone who actually did it and how I actually day traded. Now, most people who are going to give you the advice that, hey, you can day trade and you can do it while having a 9 to 5, they don't understand that if your boss is standing right behind you and you're in a trade, it's hitting your stop loss, and you don't have a stop loss already set, you're pretty much screwed. And most people also assume that day trading is something, because the word day, you're supposed to trade all day. That's not true at all. First, I want to address that first and foremost. I don't sit in front of the screen the whole day and day trade from 9:30 a.m. until 4 p.m. That is most definitely not something you should have in your mind or want to do to begin with, because if your whole idea of getting into trading is to replace your 9 to 5, you don't want to replace your 9 to 5 with another 9 to 5. The whole idea of trading is whatever you're making from that 9 to 5, from that couple of hours of working for somebody, you can make that same amount while trading with less amount of time putting in. So in short and simple, yes, you can trade with a day job. A 9 to 5 job is not a problem. You just have to have a different approach than most people, right? So let me walk you through how I set myself up for the week or the day. My preparation starts from the weekend, and I'm pretty sure if you have a 9 to 5, you will have at least one day on the weekend where you can sit down for an hour or 2 hours and go over your watch list or a few charts to understand what setups meet your requirement for you to take the trade. So once you have that watch list of 5, 7, 10, a very short list, right? Shorter the better, so you have your focus only on those stocks. Going into the weekday, it'll be much easier for you now. Pre-market, your job starts at 9. You can start looking at it from 8, 8:30, just to kind of look at the charts to see if they're getting close to your weekend plan or your levels that you created over the weekend. Now, looking into that, if you have time between 7 to 9 a.m., you could actually trade futures. You could trade shares that are pre-market movers. There's a whole lot of equities that you can actually trade between 5, 6 a.m. until 9 a.m. Now, options are not something that you will be able to trade, however, during that time. So if that is something you really want to do, you would have to trade 9:30 when the market is open, because most options are only tradable between 9:30 and 4. So your first option is going to be futures or stocks, shares, trading between 7 and 9, again, based on the game plan that you've made over the weekend. You're not going to have the craziest volatility that most people see around 9:30 to 10:30, but there are a few key events that happen around 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time almost every day, such as the GDP number might be coming out, CPI might be coming out, and you can use that volatility in your favor and then be done by 9 o'clock. The downside of that, however, is that you'll be limited to what you can actually trade. Second option is trading during the lunch hour. Now, the lunch hour for most people is around 11:30, 12 until 1 o'clock. The downside, however, of that is that the movement of the stock market around this time is usually much slower. The type of strategies that you would have to focus on around this time will be most probably reversals or very slow moving stocks. And during this time when there's low volatility, day trading shares, you don't really make a whole lot that you see other people making on social media. Options, you can trade around that time, but again, for options to get that nice juicy return, you need momentum. You need fast momentum. Now, during this time, you're not going to have that fast momentum. So your only bet is either trading shares or jumping into futures and trading those, because they don't have theta, which options on the other side do have. Third option is swing trading. Right? You come up with your game plans over the weekend, and during the week, towards the end of the day, you take a few minutes, either during your lunch hour break or towards the end of the day break before the market closes, take swing trades. You could take them in shares, or in options, there's a term called LEAPS. LEAPS, which stands for Long-Term Equity Anticipation Securities. It's a mouthful, but what it actually means is you can swing trade options that have a longer expiration. So theta is going to be less aggressive on those particular option contracts. So your expiration would be anywhere between 9 months to a year or longer. Now, don't think that these won't yield you high returns. I've taken leaps. One of the leap trade I took was 2 years ago in Meta. The premiums went from $2 over $100. You just have to do a lot of research and you have to be patient. Now, these are not setups that are going to pay you the way the day trades pay every single day. As long as the stock is moving in your favor, you're looking for that valuation of that leap to keep increasing in your favor. And the best way to do that is set alerts. Look at where you would enter. If the stock hits that level, you jump in, you take the trade, and then you kind of forget about it until it hits either your stop loss or your next target of where you would start scaling out. These three options would be pretty much the best option for anybody who wants to jump into day trading or trading itself, right? If you cannot trade between 9 to 5 and you want to transition into trading, the best way to do that is find a job that is a little bit lenient towards allowing you to trade between 9:30 and 10:30. That is the only 1 hour that you actually need as a day trader to get the most amount of experience. Why? Because you get volatility. There's slow days that happen. There's going to be days where market goes crazy the first 15 minutes and then just goes flat. So you get the whole day's experience within that first hour. So when I first started to transition into day trading from my 9 to 5, I used to work in an office. So they actually allowed me to trade that 1 to 2 hours where I would just look at pre-market from 8:30 and I would close the computer at 10:30. That actually also helped me build discipline where now around 11, sometimes 11:30, I'm able to get up off my computer, walk away. And usually what I do around that time is go to the gym. So I'm forced to step away and not sit there and trade all day. Now, like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, day trading, most people think you're gonna sit in front of the screen and trade all day, but that's wrong. Sitting in front of the screen and trading the whole day is one of the worst decisions you can make. You get mental fatigue, you end up making stupid mistakes, you end up over trading, you end up revenge trading. There's a whole lot of things that you wanna avoid. And the only way to avoid that is by stepping away. So in reality, some people are actually better off not day trading because they have no self-control. And for them, swing trading or trading pre-market futures might be a better idea rather than jumping into day trading. So my advice for anybody who is actually day trading right now and trying to make this full-time also, I would suggest don't quit your 9 to 5 just yet. Keep at it day trading until you have 1 year of consistency and profitability and you have at least 6 months of capital in your account, meaning that you don't have to worry about income coming in from your day trading. I think that is the perfect time for you to switch over. If anything, make it even a year's worth of income saved up in your savings account before you switch to a full-time day trading, because day trading comes with a lot of risk, a lot of stress, and the constant tension of having to make a certain amount of money at the end of the month, be it for rent, car payment, whatever it is that you might need the money for. That extra stress in trading causes a lot of people to mess up. So you want to quit only once you have 1 year of profitability, consistency, and you have an extra year of income in your bank saved, which means you won't need to take any money out of your trading account. I hope this video was helpful, guys. Comment below how long it took you to switch over to day trading full time. I'll see you guys in the next video.